Hello, my friend. I found these Carfters Closet acrylic neon paints at my local Dollar General, and I am really curious to see just how good they are. I've got a 6x6 canvas panel. I've painted half black so we can see what these look like on both a white and a black background. I'm really curious and really excited, so let's get started. Alrighty, I am going to start with the pink and make my way down. We'll start with one coat, and then we'll do a black light test, and then after that we'll kind of see how it goes. But I'm really excited to use my new black light setup, so that's gonna be fun. It's actually a pretty thick paint. All neons are pretty thin to begin with, but you'd expect something from a dollar store to maybe be more watery. This is really good. It's got a good consistency. Okay, that is our first coat. I am going to wait for them to dry before we do the black light test, so I'll see you in a bit. All right, it has been somewhere between 15 and 20 minutes. I was painting something else and got distracted, but the coats are completely dry. It's not very clear to see the coloring on the black side in the camera. In person, they're very dark, but I can clearly see that there is a difference in color. Let's see if I bring it up closer. So I like them. This is a good bunch of colors, I think. It's still a little tacky, maybe. We will turn off the lights, and then I'll turn on the black lights, and we'll see what this glow looks like. Interesting. The pink seems almost non-visible in the camera, but in person, let's see if I move these. Interesting. I'm not sure about these lights, but from what I can see, at least in person, it doesn't really look like it's the right tone on the camera, but for one coat, they're all pretty bright. I'd say the orange and the yellow are the most vibrant. The pink, you can see it in person, but it's not as visible. Now that we've seen what it looks like with just the one coat, I am going to add a few more. I think I'd like to go, we'll say 5 coats. I want it to seem more opaque than it currently does. And then we'll do another black light test and see what the difference is. Okay, so this is what 5 coats looks like. I can clearly see it on the black canvas. I wouldn't say that it's fully opaque to my liking. I love my colors to be so well, vibrant, colorful enough to completely block the canvas out, and it's just a big line of color. So I haven't really reached that point yet. We're going to do our black light test to see what the glow is like in comparison to the first layer. And then after that, I might go as high as 10 coats. I want to see how many we need to get that thick color that I'm looking for. Woohoo! Excellent. I repositioned one of my new black lights to be right over the artwork instead of off to the side. So that seems to have really helped this glow effect. Wow, these are just so cool. It looks like on camera, the pink on the black side is still really tough to see, but in person, it's much brighter. It's not as bright as that orange, but you can see it a lot more in person. I'm really impressed with like how smooth this green is. In person and on camera, it sort of looks like an actual light. And it's super smooth. Just all sort of blended together correctly, I guess. Really awesome. So this is 5 coats on both the white and the black canvas. I'm really curious to see what it will look like once I hit that 10 coat marker, if I hit that 10 coat marker. All right, I'll get those lights. Here we are, 10 coats in total. I really love the result. We can see very clearly now on the black canvas, pink, orange. The yellow looks on the green side, but the green is extra green, so you can assume that it is yellow. And then on the white canvas, extremely bright, beautiful coloring. I can still see a hint of the white canvas, like the grains and such, mostly just in the pink there, but that could be due to the way I used my brush. I love them. So I am really excited now. We're going to do our 3rd blacklight test, and we're going to see if they're brighter. Or how bright. We're just gonna see. It's gonna be so cool. All right, let me get the lights. Woohoo! Look at those shine. Gorgeous. The pink is still the darker of all the colors, but very visible in person and on camera. Let's see here. It looks, at least from where I can see my camera, that the yellow and the green look like they're glowing the same shade. that could be due to my Samsung settings or the type of blacklight I'm using. But in person, they are clearly a yellow and a green. And now, that thing I loved so much about the smoothness, excuse me, of the green is clearly visible in the yellow, the orange, and the pink. Cool. The black canvas is a little different. You can see a lot more of my brush strokes, so that illusion is not quite as prevalent. But I am pleased. I like them. For Dollar General paint, I am really surprised. They are very, very bright. This was a lot of fun. I am pleasantly surprised with these neon paints. I think I'd like to use them again. Sadly, it doesn't tell me if they are, you know, satin, waterproof, outdoor, resistant. It does say that you can wash it with soap and water, but I don't necessarily think that means it's waterproof. So I'm going to do some experiments and see what I can use them on. But I'm really excited about them. Such a good price. I do love these clear caps. They're just, I just love them. They're so, what's the word? I want to say sleek, but that just doesn't seem right. I just love them. Classic, clean, colorful. You know, I have a lot of bottles on my shelves, and most of them just have plain white or black caps, and I just think I'd be able to tell my colors a lot more from a distance with a lot of clear caps. So what we learned was that it's very thin with the first coat, and I did leave, or I tried to leave, a small sliver of that first coat for each color. So they are very thin. It's more visible up here at the top for the pink, but as we added on, we got to 5 coats. Still not bad. The glow was really nice, but I prefer a very specific amount of non-transparency in my colors, so we hit 10 coats. Overall, really excited about these paints, really surprised, and ashamed of myself a little bit for being so surprised. I think they're worth a shot if you've got a Dollar General in your neighborhood. Like I said before, if they are available online, I will share the link for them in the description below. Actually, now that I say that, I'm not so sure that I did mention that earlier or if it was something that I just thought in my head. But regardless, if they are available online, I will share the link in the description below. But I think it would be easier and probably cheaper to go and find a Dollar General and grab your set there. And while we're on the subject, if you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe to the channel. Any little bit helps with this fun little algorithm. So if you did like it and you'd like to see more product reviews, I do have a lot of glow-in-the-dark and neon reviews, some metallic paints. I do other crafts, so check it out if you've got some time. I hope that you have enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it, and I hope that it has inspired you to go and try these Carfters Closet neon paints for yourself. Thank you so much for watching. Have a magical day.